In this video, we'll discuss how to use the if-else statement because it's a very useful statement, and once you know how to add columns in the dataset, you will want to classify those columns in certain categories or in certain factors. Now, when I say certain categories, I mean like, okay, let's say you have scores of 10 to 15 students or 100 students in a particular subject, and you want to classify them in pass or fail based on which students got more than 40 marks, which student got less than 40 marks. Or you want to classify the marks into high, medium, low, like people who got more than 80 out of 100, they got high marks. The people who got between 50 and 80 got medium marks, and people who got between 50 got low marks. And then you can check the proportion of people in high versus medium versus low, or proportion of people who passed versus proportion of students who failed, right? So what we'll do is we'll first start with cleaning the console. Just like we did in the previous videos, we'll do Control plus L. You see on the right hand side the console is clean. Follow the card on the top right to go to this video. We have already discussed it before. In the very same video, we have also discussed how to clean objects in our environment to start fresh. So I mean, just for an example, if I have a is equal to 5 or b is equal to 4 already on my console, you see there that in the environment I already have two values, which when I'm starting fresh I need to remove. So what I'll do is I'll just select rm list is equal to ls, control enter, and now the environment is clean, right? So this is why this command is quite important before starting anything. And now, since again I want to clean my console, I'll do a control plus L. Now, coming to the if-else statement, prior to that we need a random data set that we can work with. So this is a statement that I've used to create a data set for 15 students, which if you see, you have 15 students id 1 to 15, and the math scores of students which are randomized between 0 to 100. And you can see some people got 12, some people got 26, some people got 78, some people got 92. So this is a purely random data set which we can use if-else statement to classify between pass, fail, high, medium, and low. Okay, now the first command that we'll go on to use is just like in the previous video where we learned how to add columns in the data set. Again, please check out the card on the top right if you haven't seen that video. It will certainly help before watching how if-else statement can be used. You always use a dollar sign to append a new column. So df1 is a data set that has 15 students data for mathematics scores. When you add a dollar sign, you and add a name, let's result underscore pf. Pf means pass and fail, so this just adds a new column to df1, and the column's name will be result underscore pf. Now, where will the values in those columns come from? It will come from an if-else statement. Now, in if-else statement, the structure of an if-else statement is, first you need to tell the condition. So the first part is the condition. So the condition is that the maths column in df1, again df1 the data set, add a dollar sign. Maths is the column name where the numbers are. If it's greater than 40, print a pass. If not, then it's a fail. So after condition, when you put a comma, the first thing is what to do when the condition is true, and the next one is what to do when the condition is false. And this will happen for all the IDs in the data set. That is, this will happen row by row. You don't need to push it in a loop or something. This will completely happen in all the rows once you put the statement in. So let's execute the statement now. You see it's executed in the console, and now if I go back to the data set, you can see there's a new column called result.pf, result underscore pf added, where there's a pass fail, and you can see it's obeying, like people less than 40 are in the fail category and people more than 40 are in the pass category. Similarly, when we want to classify high, medium, low, what we'll do, we'll use the if-else command and we'll nest it. So by nesting it means once I classify it as a high, after that I'll add an if-else statement inside an if-else statement. How will this work? I'll just create a new column called result underscore HML. HML mean high, medium, and low. And the column will be like, again, data set dollar sign result HML. And if else, first condition is if it's greater than 80, it's a high, right? After this, I need two more names, medium and low. So the first statement which I use for pass and fail won't work, because below 80 it's not just low, right? If it was just two classifications, I could have used the above statements. Now since it's three, first the if else statement will run for, we'll check, okay, which are the students who have numbers greater than 80, and we'll classify them as high. After that, it will check, okay, which ones are greater than 50, let's classify them as median. And after that, it will just, whoever does not come under these two conditions, greater than 80 or greater than 50, that means they are lower than 50, so they will be classified as low. So let's run this statement and check how the results are panning out. Okay, it's run in the console. We'll go to the data set again. And okay, now we see the people who, the student who got 12 marks comes in the low category. People who got above 80, 92, 86 are come in the high category, and the people between 50 and 80 are in the median category. So this is how you can use if-else statement to add new columns. And in the next video or in the upcoming videos, we'll actually see how to count the people, number of people, or the number of proportion of people who passed versus proportion of people who failed, proportion of people who have high marks versus medium marks versus low marks. That's how you will get to the analysis part of the columns. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.